Hello inmates and welcome to the cellblock Scorch. This is Lost and I am recording as the winner of week 73. The prompt this week was given by Grishmak and it is, "That is where the death breathers live." I really liked this prompt. I thought it was very thought-provoking and there were a lot of ways I could go with it, a lot of thoughts about it, and I'm really happy with the piece that I wrote, with the idea that it has. Like many of my pieces, it is kind of unfinished, as in I probably could write more and expound upon what's actually going on, but I probably never will, and that's kind of unfortunate, honestly. So it's a little bit of a mystery with the current ending, but that's okay, and without further ado, I hope that you enjoy Death Breathers. When I first moved to this town, Mikhail showed me around. He didn't spare me any of the sights except for one. While we were in the slums, he pointed to a section of rundown shacks covered with blankets and warned me not to ever go near there. He didn't give me a reason to not go there, and I didn't think to ask in the moment, but now I can't get it out of my head. I keep thinking back to those shacks entirely covered, and I want to go back. I want to know why Mikhail told me to avoid them. I'd tried to ask around, but no one will answer me. They all just look shiftily away from me. I can no longer contain my curiosity. I'm going there tonight. I don't know what to bring, so I have a flashlight and a knife. I don't really know how to use it, but I hope that I don't need to. As I make my way there, I notice that the only other people who are out are the drunkards and their companions. When I arrive in the slums, I waste no time getting to the shacks. Because we had rushed by them when Mikhail was showing me around, I hadn't had time to figure out where the entrance was. I try to look around for it without my flashlight, because I don't want to be discovered. But the moonlight is insufficient, and there are no streetlights. I finally relent and turn on my flashlight. With the flashlight beam illuminating the way, I quickly find an entrance in the blankets. As I enter, I cover my light so that it still gives off some light, but not much. At first glance, nothing seemed out of the ordinary. There are no people, but upon closer examination, I realize that there is a staircase going down into the ground. I take the staircase, and at the bottom there's a room full of plants. I have never seen many of the plants. Some are bioluminescent, and others are the most gorgeous flowers. The smell in the room is intoxicating, and I don't know how long I stand there enjoying the smell. I eventually snap myself out of it and continue to search for anything else strange. I don't find anything else, so I leave, keeping an eye out for anybody. I am disappointed because of the warnings I had been given. I was sure that there should have been something more thrilling there, but I guess sometimes people are just superstitious. I'm exhausted when I get home and go straight to bed. I could have sworn that I could still smell the plants as I drift off to sleep. The next morning, I'm running late for my job in the archives, so I skip my usual morning routine of going to the diner next door. I grab an apple from my house and run to work. Everything is just as it had always been, but I feel calmer. There was no longer an itch to see what was in those shacks. I clock in and get to work. I love the morning since I am the first to arrive. I get the time to myself and I can collect my thoughts. The longer I work, the less calm I feel. I start to get an itch again. But this time, I want to figure out what those plants are. By the time that Timothy comes in, I'm already formulating a plan to go back and take samples. He walks up and gives me his usual greeting. I turn to say hello, and right after the word leaves my mouth, Timothy falls to the ground. I don't know what's wrong, so I quickly grabbed the phone and called for an ambulance. I check for his pulse, but I can't find it. I'm starting to panic, but I know that won't help him. I do the only thing that I can think of and start singing "Another One Bites the Dust" as I give him chest compressions. I'm just getting to the third course when the paramedics arrive. They tell me to step aside, and then they start to question me about what happened. I tell them that Timothy dropped to the ground right after he got here, and I don't know why. Timothy has always seemed like a rather healthy guy. As I'm talking to the paramedic closest to me falls to the ground the exact same way that Timothy had. The other paramedics look at me, a look of terror on their faces. Before I can ask them what's going on, they both bolt out of the room screaming. I try to follow them, but they shut the door and it seems that they are putting a barricade in front of it. Through the closed door I can hear muffled shouting. It sounds like they're saying, "Death breather." But I don't know what that means, and I can't figure it out. I pound on the door, yelling for an explanation. No one answers me. Eventually I hear footsteps approaching, and then I hear Mikhail's voice. "Did you go to the place I told you not to go?" My throat is raw from trying to shout through the door, and I timidly answer him, "Yes." "Oh, child, I told you not to go there." He sounds tired and disappointed. "I'm sorry, I was just so curious. Do you know what's happening?" I asked him, holding on to hope that he might have some kind of answer for me. "I don't have any specifics, but those shacks are where the death breathers live, and it seems like you've somehow become one of them." It sounded like Mikhail was holding back tears as he continued. "Usually when people go there, they don't come back alive. We just find their bodies outside of the shacks. I wonder what made you become one instead of dying." His sentence trails off, and I don't know what to make of it. "Mikhail?" "Yes, child?" "What do you think will happen to me?" "I don't know. You could be exiled, or you could be executed. There's never been a case like this before, and everyone is terrified. You're going to be kept in here until the council decides what to do. But until then, I'll bring you food and water so you don't die." I hear the door's barricade moving, and then Mikhail's voice. "Move away from the door and face the other way." I comply, and Mikhail places a tray of food and water into the room. As he shuts the door, I hear him whisper, "I'm sorry." The door clicks shut behind me, and then I turn around. Sitting on the ground is a tray with water and a simple soup. I'm grateful for the food since I ate my lunch earlier and it's dark now. I don't know how long I've been in here, but I wish I could leave. Even though I'm in trouble, I'm still trying to figure out how to get back to those plants. I can't get the mystery out of my head. I'm worried about Timothy and the paramedic. I think they're both dead, but I hope that they aren't. Timothy is the father of 2, and I can't think of what his family would do without him. I don't know who the paramedic is, but I'm sure that they also have a family that cares about them. I can't think about them being dead. I just can't. The moonlight pours into the shadows, and its soft glow is beautiful and comforting. I know that I should try to sleep, but I can't. I just sit there in the dark, staring at the moon through the window. Suddenly, I hear a voice from above. It sounds like someone is trying to open the skylight. Joke's on them. The skylight doesn't open. Glass crashes to the ground, and I feel like the world has shattered along with the window. Rappelling down from the window, I see a masked figure. I stand up as they get closer to the ground. If this is some assassin, I at least want to try to make it hard for them. The person must have realized how on edge I am. Once they are on the ground, they say, "Don't be frightened. I'm here to help you." Their statement does little to calm my nerves because their voice sounds like sandpaper being rubbed together, and it's altogether too eerie for me to really process. I finally gather my wits enough to respond. "Who are you, and why would you help me?" "I am what the townspeople call a death breather." The person paused here, as if waiting for me to react. But when I did nothing, they continued on. "You breathed in the fumes, and now you are one of us. We don't know how you got past us, but you did. If you come with me, we can teach you how to live." The figure reaches out their hand to me, daring me to accept. I'm not sure that I trust this masked figure, but I don't think that staying here is a better option. I'm rather fond of staying alive, and my chances of surviving are not great if I leave my fate to the townsfolk. "I'll go with you," I say as I reach out and take their hand. I don't know what is in store for me, but I can't help hoping that I will get to learn about the plants in the shack. Alright, so this piece was really fun for me. I had forgotten that I made the wild choice to reference Another One Bites the Dust, which really calls the setting into question. But that's okay. I don't know where this is set. You don't know where this is set. But we do know that Queen exists. And what's not to like about that? I hope that you enjoyed this. I don't really have much more to say about it. The next week, the prompt that I gave is 99% inspiration and 1% ... And you can look forward to a piece from Grishmak for that. And until next time, keep those fires burning.
The Cellblock Scorch is a production of Stellacore, an independent group of nerds sharing their obsessions with the world. Links to all our projects, including Instagram, Tumblr, YouTube, Patreon, and Ko-Fi, can be found on our Linktree, posted in each episode description. Follow us on Tumblr or Instagram to see the prompt of the day before the episode drops, and a quote from each Scorch the day after. If you would like to support our creative endeavors, you can give a one-time tip to the Ko-Fi of the writer of your favorite Scorches, or check out our Patreon. There, you can access the Scorches and episode transcripts for free, or sign up for Spark level support for $5 a month to gain access to our embers as well.